So the next section is going to be the solo. And what I'll do is I'll chop it up into smaller pieces to make it a little bit more digestible. So let me play the first phrase for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. All right, so what do? You start off with pointer finger 15 on B, then ring finger or middle finger 17 on E, and you make a semitone bend, and then just 17 like that. Then full tone bend on 18, but there's sort of a little bit of a delay in there, right? So I got. Then you play 15, 18 on B, and then a full tone bend with middle finger on G. Then semitone pre-bend on 14 on G, and then a release to 12 with your pointer finger, right? So like this. Then you play 10, 12, and then 12 on D, and you make a grace note slide from that 12th to 10th fret. And then 8 on D, right? So. All right, so now for the next section, I'll play it slowly for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. This is a pentatonic lick from start to finish. And the scale or the position that you're in is this one. Right? So you have your ring finger on 10th of A. Play it, pull off to pointer finger 8. Then you play pointer finger 8, hammer onto 10. Like that. Then the next ones are all picked. So that is 8, 10 on your D string. 7, 10 on your G. Then 8, 11 on your B string, and then you got 8, 10 on your E strings, like this. Right? Then you get this hammer-on pull-off starting on 8th, and then making that hammer-on in 10 and making that pull-off again. Then pinky is going to be on 11 of B, pull-off to 8, pointer finger, and then flatten your pointer finger to get to 8 again on E. Right? Then you get the next part. Like that. What do you do there? You start with ring finger 10 on G. You play it, slide to 12, middle finger 11 on B, then 12 on G again, pull off to 10. Then you play 12 on D, play 10 on D, and then you slide back to 12, like this. Okay, so once we've landed there, we play 15 with our ring finger on D, 12 G, 15 G, 13 B, 15 B, then 13 E, and then 15 E, like this. Then we just make a move, sort of a slide or whatever, to 18, and we bend that note. Right? So. And actually, it's a 1.5 tone bend. So, what we got so far. All right, so now for the next part, I'll play it for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. So what do you play? So you have that 1.5 tone bend on 18 of E. Then you have sort of a semitone bend and release, so pre-bend release. All right. And then you got your 17 on E, and you do a semitone bend, pre-bend release to a pull-off like this. Then you roll your pointer finger onto 15 of B, and then you make a full tone bend on 18. And now here is a tricky thing. So basically you're going to be rolling your ring finger onto the G while it's sort of still semi-bended, like, because when I'm bending this one up, the G goes along with the right, for the right. So you roll it onto that bended string, and you sort of release it there, and you slide it back to 17th. So that's a little bit of a tricky thing. So, sorry about that D string. And then you play 15, 17, 17 on D, and then you play 15, 17, 15 on the G string, right? Then we got the next part. All right, so what do you play there? You start off with ring finger on D and 17. So going to 15, and then you play 15 again and make a hammer onto 17. All right, so I get this. Then 15, 17 on G. Then 15, hammer onto 18. And then you got 15 on E to 15B. And then hammer on an 18. Right, this. Then middle finger goes to 17 on G. And do sort of a half tone or a 3/4 bend. And then you play 15 on B. Right? So just before you get to that full tone, you sort of hand it over to that note here. Okay, so you got this. Then 18 ring finger on G, middle finger 17, sorry, pull off to 15. So then we get this part. So what do you do? So you got 17 on D, then ring finger 17 on G, slide to 15, pull off to 12, like this. Then 15, 12 on D. Slide to 10, back to 12, ring finger, pointer finger 10, 12 ring finger, slide to 10 with your ring finger, pull off to 7, ring finger to 10 on D, and then pointer finger 8 on D, like this. Slide to 5 on D, pinky 8, pointer finger 5 on G, and then ring finger 7 on G. And you sort of make a quick slide. It's like almost instant, and at the same time, once you reach that third position, you make a full tone bend. It's like this. Release, pre-bend, and then you do a full tone bend on 15. All right, so. And there on that 5th position bend, you make a release, pull off to 3rd, and then ring finger 5th on D. Then you get one of those typical Mateus Asato things, which goes like this. So I'll play that 5th on D again. So what you do is have that 5th position, you slide up to 6, slide back down to 5th, then pull off to 3rd pointer finger, play 5th again, and then from pointer finger from 3rd, you slide up to 5th. And then you hold it there, And there you create a E flat major 7 chord. Right? And you just play A, G, D, A, G, D, A, G, D, A. And that's it. Okay? So once more from 17 here, so 17 on D. The beginning is exactly the same. Second time, there's a difference. All right, so here we still have our C over E, but we play E, G, D, A. And then we move up, and we get this chord here, which is E flat over A flat. So that is your pointer finger on 6th position of E and A. Pinky is going to be in D. In 8th position, you play E and D together. Then you play G, D, A. Right? So like this. Then you get a repeat again. And then the last time, you get this, a C minor 11 chord. Right? So that's your pointer finger barring 10th position. All of your strings, pinky's going to be on D13, middle finger on B11. And that is the last chord. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. What I'll be doing at some point is a cover of this song. I've been working on a couple of projects over the summer so far, and I sort of have to split time between finishing the courses and doing the stuff for YouTube. So that's why things are moving a little bit slower than I intended. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Check out my other stuff, and don't forget that subscribe button. All right, see you next time. Bye.